First things first, rest in peace, Howard Finkel. I didn't know the guy. Well, I'm not gonna say I didn't know the guy. I'm pretty sure I never worked at WWE. Of course, I wouldn't know the guy. But what I'm saying is that like I remember being a kid. I used to hear his name all the time when people were talking about WWE, and I didn't know who he was. I thought he was a wrestler who just stopped wrestling on the day that I was born. I was born in 1988. And the thing that will always mess with me is that like apparently he was a much more important person than I believed to think about. You know what I'm saying? It's really messed up because he's a very important person and I'm just now knowing who he is. But I really want to say rest in peace to the Fink, and I hope that his family oh, is okay, and I wish nothing but the best. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer now. Gotta respect that. So yeah, rest in peace to the man who named WrestleMania. Speaking of WrestleMania, WWE, and all this other stuff, once upon a time, when you were a wrestler, there used to be a time where when you were a wrestler and you got into the ropes and you were in those indie shows and going from show to show, event to event, place to place, territory to territory, the big goal was WWE. Like, I want to say the grandest goal for being a wrestler was going to WrestleMania, probably winning a title. Getting a chance to be around all those screaming fans as they lose their minds because your music just hit. Look, I'm not gonna seriously sit here and say that I was WWE's biggest fan, but like goal wise, that's the mountaintop. For some professional footballers, it's the NFL. For some professional basketball players, it's the NBA. For some professional hockey players, it's the NHL. For some professional, street racers, it's the NASCAR. And for professional wrestlers, it's WWE. That's the top of the mountain. Good or bad, that is the standard. So to hear that just yesterday, WWE went and fired like over 20 people. Like just going down the list: Drake Maverick, Kurt Hawkins, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Heath Slater, Eric Young, EC3, Leo Rouge, Eric Rowan, Sarah Logan, referee Mike Chioda, Eric Rowan, Primo, Epico, both the Canellises, Zack Ryder, No Way Jose, and Rusev. Like, I don't know if y'all remember or not, but like before last year ended with Rusev, Lashley, and Lana being part of this humongous angle that was easily the most talked about angle like in a while. We were talking about how like Rusev, and like that was one of the few times I ever actually cheered for Rusev, and he debuted beating up black people. We're not even going to discuss that. But the whole thing was that working in WWE was the standard. That was the goal. People, there were wrestlers who basically, some wrestlers avoided WWE like the plague. I'm looking at you, Eddie Kingston. But other wrestlers, that was it. That's the thing. You watch WWE and you looked at the TV and you said, that's the goal. I want that. So to hear about this happening, Deanna Purrazzo, Alexander Jaksic, MJ Jenkins, Ace Steel, Kurt Angle, Aiden English, Lance Storm, Shane Helms, Sarah Stock, Scott Armstrong, Billy Kidman, Dave Finley, Pat Buck, Sean Devari, Mike Rotunda. Like, how do you fire Bray Wyatt's dad? How do you fire Kurt Angle? What did Aiden English do? What did Ace Steel do? Didn't Ace Steel train CM Punk? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, imagine, like, it's really hard to want to work for a company when you see stuff like that happening. It's like that. It's crucial. It's disgusting. It's crucial. It's disgusting. It's kind of bastardizing. It's like, imagine it, like, there's such a high bar. Like, people put this company on such a high bar that you forget that some of the most scummiest people run it. Like, bringing politics into this real quick. Like, the guy who is possibly responsible for this, Vince McMahon, is now being headed by the President of the United States to head some sort of economy boost campaign, whatever. Like, a crazy time to be a professional wrestling fan right now. You know, you have a WrestleMania that's being performed in front of no fans, and the guy in charge of WWE is now being like nudged by the president of the United States, because they're buddies, by the way, to simply say, "Hey, can you help me bring the economy back to how it should be?" I mean, the guy who just fired everybody is supposed to, the guy who just fired a majority of people is supposed to help the economy get back on track. So what a weird time to even be alive and be a wrestling fan and like wrestling. Howard Finkel dying, Vince McMahon and Trump doing a thing together, and now all these people again. Like, I will say this, you know, you can kick me for trying to find a silver lining in all this, but I want to believe 100% that the indie companies cashed in. The indie companies now got like a whole lot of wrestlers that they could, that they can work with. I want to say the indies won this war today. AEW, MLW, Reality of Wrestling, Slam Force Africa, all of those small time companies, guys, these releases is your gains now. So that's one reason. That's one thing I want to think about. But man, this is bleak. I'm doing this inside, because in front of the black curtains, because this is a day of mourning. Howard Finkel died. A lot of people got released. This is yesterday was Black Wednesday. So yeah. I want to believe that this all started because the wrestlers were trying to unionize, and Vince was like, "Oh heck no." But I don't know. As always, love and peace. Reality of Wrestling, here I come.